Welcome to the part 2 of our chapter Semiconductor Devices. Now we are studying about doping. Doping is the process of adding an impurity atom of any foreign substance or foreign element to a pure semiconductor so that its conductivity can be increased. The conductivity of a pure semiconductor is a temperature dependent factor. We know that in a pure semiconductor, either it is a silicon or germanium, covalent bond formation takes place, because of which the four valence electrons of a given semiconductor atom, they are busy in four covalent bond formations, due to which at room temperature or at a lesser temperature, the number of free electrons available inside the crystal structure, they are very small, so conductivity is small. But if temperature is increased, due to the breakage of some of the covalent bonds, some of the electrons will be released, which now will be available for the conduction of electricity. So conductivity of semiconductor rises with the temperature. But by increasing the temperature to increase its conductivity is not a good method. So what we do, we increase the conductivity by adding atoms of some foreign elements, and that process we call as the doping. The impurity atom that are added to the pure semiconductor to increase their conductivity, they are called as the dopant atoms. And the semiconductor now formed, we call it as the doped semiconductor, or it is called as the extrinsic semiconductor. Now, two types of dopant atoms we can have in order to increase the conductivity. One are called as the pentavalent dopant atoms. These are the atoms of the elements which belongs to the group 5 in the periodic table, and they have 5 valence electrons. For example, arsenic, antimony and phosphorus. They lead to the formation of extrinsic semiconductors, which are called N-type semiconductors, negative type semiconductors. Then there are trivalent dopant atoms, which belongs to the group 3 of the periodic table and have 3 valence electrons, which are indium, boron and aluminium. They form p-type semiconductors or positive type semiconductors. In n-type semiconductors, electrons have higher number density than that of holes. That's why the name is n-type. And in the p-type semiconductors, holes have higher number density than that of electrons. That's why the name p-type semiconductors. Now if we take a look at the valence bond model of the extrinsic semiconductors. First, n-type semiconductor. In the figure you can see that an n-type semiconductor is obtained by doping a pure semiconductor with a pentavalent impurity atom, which may be arsenic, antimony or phosphorus, which belongs to the group 5 of the periodic table. Because they have valency 5, so when one impurity atom of group 5 element is added into a pure semiconductor, it uses 4 of its electron to form 4 covalent bonds with the neighboring silicon or the germanium atoms. So 4 out of its 5 electrons are busy in completing the 4 covalent bonds, while 5th electron of the dopant atom is totally free to move inside the crystal structure. Now this 5th electron is actually the valence electron of the dopant atom, but because it is a valence electron, so it requires a very small energy, about order of 0.01 electron volt if the pure semiconductor is germanium, or 0.05 electron volt if it is a silicon, to detach itself and to make itself freely available to move inside the crystal structure at the room temperature. So at the room temperature, this type of semiconductor, when formed, it has its 5th electron free to move within the crystal structure, due to which the conductivity of the semiconductor increases. When this fifth electron detach itself from the dopant atom loses this electron, because of which it is now converted into a positive ion, which is now known as the donor ion. We call it as the donor ion. For example, if it is phosphorus after losing its fifth electron for increasing the conductivity of n-type semiconductor, it gets changed into a phosphorus ion, which is known as the donor ion, because it has donated its fifth electron to the pure semiconductor to increase its conductivity. So now in this case, because pentavalent impurity atoms, they are donating their fifth electron in order to increase the conductivity of the semiconductor. So in this case, the number of free electrons formed in the semiconductor are much more than that of the number of holes inside the same crystal, due to which this type of semiconductor form, we call it as the n-type semiconductors. And because number density of electrons is very large, so we call them as the majority charge carriers. And because number of holes inside the same structure are very less, we call them as the minority charge carriers. So here you can see in the figure that when a particular donor atom loses its fifth electron, it changes into a donor ion. If we take a look at the crystal structure of the p-type semiconductors, which is formed by doping pure semiconductor with a group 3 atoms like indium, boron or aluminium. This group 3 atom has valency 3, that means it has 3 valence electrons, so it uses all of its 3 electrons to form 3 covalent bond with 3 silicon or 3 germanium atoms present in its neighbor. But because it has only 3 electrons, so it is short of 1 electron, due to which it is not able to complete the 4th covalent bond with the 4th neighboring silicon or the germanium atom. Due to this deficiency, an electron from a nearby covalent bond, it can move into this vacant bond, creating a deficiency or hole at its own site. That is, when this hole is formed in the covalent bond, which is actually the deficiency of the electron belonging to this particular dopant atom. When such type of incomplete covalent bond is present in the crystal structure, what happens? At a given temperature, by absorbing the energy, the heat energy, an electron from a nearby covalent bond, it will detach itself, break the covalent bond, and it will enter into this incomplete covalent bond or a vacant site in order to complete this particular covalent bond. For example, if this covalent electron from this particular covalent bond breaks itself, it will be entering into this particular site, due to which this bond will be completed, but a hole will be formed at its own site. So in this way, this type of semiconductor, when present at the room temperature, it will lead to the formation of holes, and these holes, which are nothing but the deficiency of the electrons, they will move from one covalent bond to the another covalent bond when it will be present at a room temperature. Now, because each dopant atom is short of one electron to complete the 4th covalent bond, so for every single dopant atom belonging to group 3, one hole is formed. So in this case, the number of holes formed inside the crystal structure are much greater than that of the number of free electrons available in the crystal structure. So in this case, holes act as the majority charge carriers, and they are responsible for the electric current conduction inside the p-type semiconductors, whereas the number of electrons are very less, so they act as the minority charge carriers. So when electric field is applied to such a semiconductor, the holes move in the direction of the electric field and they produce an electric current in the semiconductor, which is called as the hole current. Because the number of free electrons inside the same structure, they are very less, they are called minority charge carriers. So the current arising due to these free electrons is very small as compared to the order of the magnitude of the hole current. Thank you. Here, because each trivalent impurity atom is short of one electron in order to complete the fourth covalent bond with the silicon or germanium atom, so it tend to accept an electron from a neighboring silicon or the germanium atom to complete its own covalent bond. Now, because it is accepting an electron from a neighboring atom, so it has more number of electrons than the number of protons, due to which this dopant atom, after accepting an electron from a neighboring atom, it gets changed into a dopant ion. Because this particular atom is now accepting electrons from the neighboring atom, we call this dopant atom as the acceptor atom, and after accepting, it changes into an acceptor ion, which is shown over here in this figure. Thank you.